Yes. Okay. All right. We're recording now. There we go.
Outstanding.
The light is on.
Outstanding.
Well, hey, Urban Hazards Golf Nation, we're back. I know I've had a lot of people say, I need more content, Brian, give me more content. And we kind of started this during COVID, and then the golf courses opened up, and we started playing golf, and we stopped doing urban urban hazards. So
Which isn't a bad thing. It isn't a
I
bad
know
thing.
it's not a bad thing, but tonight we have a special guest, and I've told this to him, on the phone. He didn't believe me, so now I'm going to announce it to the world. If I could play golf with one person, I would play golf with Tim Franklin. You're looking at him right here, T. Frank, my fam. What's up in Detroit?
B. Dot Davis with the tremendous intro. What can I say?
And no friends
No,
that
that's
are watching
fantastic.
this.
It
That's
really is.
not John. That's not John Legend standing there in
No,
front
it
of
is
you.
not. As much as I wish it could be, ladies, no, it is not. And that those type lies don't work as well anymore because people can just Google that right at the bar, right? Oh no, that you're not him. So yeah, I've had to stop saying that a while ago.
Well, you and I were talking last week, and you sent me this picture, the one on the right
Yes.
here, and
Yeah.
I knew where you were instantly. So tell us a little bit
Figured you would.
about this experience. I said we need to do a YouTube on Pebble Beach because I've tried. We started the countdown. Pebble Beach was on the countdown. So take it away. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I'll start at the beginning, B. Dot, and anybody that's probably listening to this, any of our friends that we take the trips with, right? Chappelle, Kirby, Scotty, the whole gang out there. We're all consumed by this darn thing we call golf, right? I don't know whether to call it a sport, my friends, a journey, but
An
if you're watching
addiction.
this, you get it, and. So if you're a sick golfer, as I like to call it, I say that with love, but we're all sick. We know that. You know what the Holy Grail is. You know what some of your bucket list courses is. For most of us, if not all, I would say Pebble is it.
Mhm.
It's definitely in the top three of most people, right? I'd say Pebble, Augusta, St. Andrews. That tends to be kind of the rotation.
Mhm.
So my journey with all this, my friend, started on late June of this year.
Mhm.
And that young gentleman you see right there on the screen for you, that's my best friend on the planet. That is my father. And
Oh,
he
good
started all
looking guy
this.
too. Look at that
He
guy.
started all this with a phone call that I had no idea where we were going. B. That I had no idea what this phone call was. So he calls me. I'm at the house. I'm Netflix and chill. COVID special. Not doing anything with my day, right?
Right.
And he says, Tim, I want to take you on a trip for your birthday, man. My birthday is late August 28th. So we're 2 months away. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, Dad's going to let me know about it now. We're going to be prepping for it. So he said, Tim, we're going to have to do it middle of July, late July, just to be able to do it. So
Mm.
now I'm getting really kind of, what is Dad talking about? Why do we have to bump something up a month? But I'm still thinking like, oh, okay, just he got a deal in a hotel. We're going to go to Chicago, something, we're going to do something. So 2 seconds go by, B, and then he says something that I'll never forget. And for lack of a better phrase, changed my life. Bucket list was getting ready to happen. He says, Tim, in order to do this trip, we're going to have to go into Carmel Bay, man. Now,
Oh,
at
yes.
that point, B. Dot, it felt like 10 minutes of silence from me. And because once again, we're all golfers, we're all sick in the head. We know what we know what somebody's talking about. As soon as Dad said Carmel, my Pebble spidey senses went off.
Of
And
course.
I said, all I could muster up was, "Are you serious, or is this real?" Those are the only three words I could continually get out. B, that was it.
Yeah.
So as I stumbled through that, he said, "Yeah, TJ, we're gonna go to Pebble Beach, man." He said, "I've got a good plan in place for us to play Pebble. We're gonna play Spyglass the day after." And B. Dot, I kid you not, I do not really remember the majority of the conversation after that. And all I could really keep saying was, "Dad, come on, man. Are you serious?" I could only get three words out at a time. And
How could
and
you?
that was our phone call. And that pretty much set me for a month euphoria from end of June till late July when we did it, of just anticipating the trip and looking forward to it, brother. And that was my start. That was my start.
That look, and by the picture on the screen right now, you didn't leave anything in the bag, so to speak.
Yeah, if a lovely gentleman by the name of Alex watches this, you know who you are. I apologize for stealing the swing, Alex. I really do. But
No, but you
on
at least
18 on Pebble, you're not leaving nothing in. And I'll be proud to say that was the second best tee shot I hit that day. And it was a frozen rope to the left of the infamous tree,
oh
and
yeah.
it left me a clear shot in. I cleared the cliff. I didn't go left. It was beautiful, and I loved it. It was 245, 250. It wasn't, it
Well,
wasn't
but
big time numbers.
you
But
at
no
least are.
complaints.
That's a
No
full
complaints.
turn that gets your club back there. Alex just kind of drops the arms down, so you actually don't cheat.
Now, don't get me wrong. If Angelo ever sees this, right, he's going to be very disappointed in me because Lowe is big into waiting tables, as he likes to call it. So I'm much more past waiting tables and past parallel. So if I can get back to where Lowe had me, where he had me swinging very well in 2016, then that's where I'll be. But yeah, for right now, I'm past parallel. I'm making okay contact, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, we wouldn't mind seeing that a bit better.
Well, if we talk about Angelo not taking a big backswing, then I think we're talking about the wrong Angelo.
Lowe does, yeah, he's got a little John Daly to him. Lowe can take it past parallel, but his timing, Lowe's timing is just better than most, and he can just get it right back to impact where he needs to be. But oh yeah, Lowe's a big pass parallel, turn that boy over. We know that. We know
He
that.
hits it. He's like 5'1", 5'2", dude. He hits the ball 320. It's
Easy.
It's
Oh yeah,
really
R5s
fun
and
to watch.
2, and not a big fan. B. Dot as with not a big fan of the buttercut. I have played with him in a group where somebody will shoot 77, 78, and their primary shot will be a buttercut, and he does not give give them as much love. If you can turn that ball over, Lowe likes you. If you're
right.
buttercutting, he's not feeling you.
You're right. I was hitting these little cuts right down the middle, and he's like, you just slice it, coming over the top of it.
Not a pure golf shot. Not a pure not turning it
pure
over.
golf shot. Got to attack it from the inside, rope it over there, and bring it back.
Yes, sir. We love Lowe. Lowe's a good
I was telling a funny story about you the other day, and just a little side note. It came up at the Trevathan Cup this year, and it was when Garrett and you and I and a bunch of the guys were having dinner in Michigan after we played Sand Valley, and you're always so fun at the dinner table, always have entertaining stories. You already had us laughing because I was complaining about the Dallas Cowboys not winning a Super Bowl in 25 something years. And you go, wait a minute. One playoff win since 1955. Anybody can beat that? Anybody beat that? And you were joking, but you were serious. You were like, y'all need to be quiet.
You can feel the pain. You can feel the pain, B. Dot. And
then you said, but I do have a question. Who drove number 15 today at Clear Valley? Because I did, and you almost look. We're on the green. We walk off. We're on the tee box that backs up right by the green, and we hear this thump, 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 and there comes T. Frank's ball trickling down that little alley, and it rolls up, almost goes in the hole, and I see you throw your club. Woo! I mean, everybody's clapping. We're clapping.
I was ecstatic. That doesn't happen.
You wanted to
me.
talk about that at dinner. As you should. So we're sitting there, and he said, anybody else drive it? And I said, Garrett drove it. And you said, of course you did, Garrett. Of course you did. I hit the best drive of my life, and you have to drive the green too. You probably hit a 3-wood. And he said, no, I didn't.
That's exactly what I said.
He goes, well, at least you hit driver. And he said, no, I didn't hit driver. And you stood up, and you go, that's it. You drove the green with your 5-wood. I'm leaving. And I said, Tim.
I remember this.
He drove it with a 5-iron. And he said, check, please. Check, please.
I have never went from, because, you're happy for G. I don't care who you are. If you hit a shot like that, a 5-iron, a 6-iron, you're happy for your boy. But at the same time, you wanted to enjoy a little bit of yourself with the driver. Like, wait, I just pulled off something miracle for me and my talent level. I thought I was going to be, top dog at the dinner table. And good old G Money himself let me know, yeah, Tim, I kind of laid off a 3/4 5-iron and just slung one in there. And it was wait,
the hole is 350
humans. And to top it all off, he was my roommate that trip. So I had to see him the remainder of the night. I couldn't get away from the guy. But
I'm glad I wasn't in that room because, for those that are watching, the hole was 315. It was downhill, and there was a little slot that if you hit your ball, it would ping pong down.
Oh, you were perfect.
He hit that 5-iron. If I said he crushed it, he hit it knee high to a duck. It was a low little punch bullet.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it must have just had some run for days.
It did. It did.
But
Well,
G Money's a big hitter, and I get it. G Money can get it out there. There's no doubt about that. So,
well,
but
talk
that was
about
fun.
we're playing
You
some.
guys' reaction for me, well, you know, because obviously I can't see that far. I can gauge it. I can think what's going on. But to
Right.
see you guys' hands in the air, that's what it's all about. You know, doing trips like that and everybody having a good time. And that was fun. Seeing you guys' reaction let me know that, oh, Tim, it's close. It's that, you know, that was fun. That I can remember that.
It almost went in. That would have won up Garrett, even if you did hit drive.
Yeah, I agree.
So we were talking about Pebble, and you and I were both saying how it was emotional.
Yeah,
Driving up, you're getting there, you got the heart pounding.
100%.
You go to the first tee, and you said you striped one right down the middle, and you're off to the races. And I had a similar experience, except the reason I striped one down the middle is I was trying to get off that tee as quick as possible. We had a swarm of killer bees that came in,
You're kidding me.
and up in the air while I'm hitting, there's about 9,000 bees in this cloud of black, and you just hear
I
the.
probably shouldn't laugh. That's no
Oh
laughing
man,
matter,
I'm
my
telling you.
lord.
And the caddy was like, "Hey mate," because we played the tips. He's like, "Hey mate," I think he's from Australia. He's like, "You need to hit quick and move up to the white tee." So I was
Oh,
like,
you're kidding. He was dead serious. You're kidding
"Yes,"
me.
and I didn't even have time to think about it. I just hit it, and then that was kind of for me the best way because I get so nervous on the first tee wherever I am. But
There's for me, you know, you heard me mention on that picture of me on the 18. I said second best tee shot of the day. The best tee shot, maybe the best shot, be for me not only that day but period. And as you mentioned, you're walking up, you're in Pebble's world. It's
yeah,
capturing you all right there. The best shot I've ever hit in my life was the tee shot on hole one at Pebble. And to give you an idea, once again, not that great of a golfer, guys, 10, 11 handicap at best. That kind of gives you what game I'm working with. We were playing the golds. It was playing 345. I took hybrid, and I had 105, 110 in as I walked up to my ball. So I hit a hybrid 230, 235 range with a beautiful buttercut that Angelo would not have been proud of. And it just settled me. It settled me as much as it could. And it was great. It was the greatest hybrid, greatest shot I've hit. And it got the group off to a good start. I was first to hit out of the group. Everybody saw that, and they were like, we all can do this. You know, we played these numbers before, 340 par four, nothing we haven't seen before. And I think it just helped all of us. It was great, bro. God, it was great.
and you
It really was.
parred the first hole, right?
I did with a chunked wedge. I mentioned I was 105 out, and then the nerves probably got the best of me. I put it into that short right bunker. And Pebble Beach's first hole, if memory serves correct, kind of slopes right to left a bit, very small. The greens
It's a
are as
sick
big as a
green.
dinner plate, very small. And we had a front right flag. So I couldn't have been in a worse spot from a front right bunker, front right flag. Put one of the better bunker shots I've had out there to this day. Don't know how I did it. Had about a 6-foot left to right slider downhill and just center cutted it and just got off and running with a par right out the gate. And it was
Man,
gorgeous. I'll remember
that
those four
is.
shots forever.
Yeah, it's like you do that, and you're like, and that's kind of how I was on when I made up my first birdie was on 7, and
Oh, the
I was
par
just
three?
like, I just birdied 7. Like I don't care what I do, and it takes the pressure off.
Right. I
And
don't care
I
what
mean,
I do the rest
although
of the day.
7 is like a 95-yard par 3, but it's a hard hole. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
heck, the pros with the wind is up and the way you can hit 4-iron. I mean, the
Right.
caddy we were with, we had one caddy, and you know, he was saying, guys, I've seen everything from 4-iron on down. So, oh yeah, oh, that is not an easy hole, not an easy hole.
Well, and you did the double. You doubled up, and you played Spyglass Hill as well. And I
Oh
want to hear
yeah,
about that. I know that when I first played Spyglass and Pebble, Spyglass was the one that I played first, and
okay,
and I
okay,
found the scorecard here because
wow.
I'm very proud of this round.
Oh, you better be.
We struggled on the front nine. I mean that 38 was a hard fought Brian Davis 38 where I'm getting up and down out of trash cans and making 12-foot bogey putts.
Short game, click in.
It was and then it just kind of clicked on the back nine and got some momentum, and
Look at
I'll
that
never forget
stretch
that.
from 8 to, well, heck, from 8 to the back nine.
Yeah,
That's a pretty darn good stretch, B dot. No, I mean, I don't see a bogey. I don't think I see a bogey on that stretch.
but it's,
17.
I mean, I'm not
17.
going to complain about it, but if you're going to play good on holes, and again, this sounds picky, but you really want to play good on the first six. Talk about the first six at Spyglass.
Well, I mean, probably the best view from a stretch of holes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, don't get me wrong, Pebble Beach is picturesque, every single shot, every single stroke. But just from a standpoint of the combination of the sand, uh, the combination of the fairways and the way they approach the green and with the water in the background. So for that stretch, 1 through 6 there, it didn't get much better for me. And I think I was telling you this, B-Dot, before we talked with this. I was more impressed with Spyglass than I thought I'd be. And that doesn't take anything away from Pebble. In other
It's
words,
not an
like I went into
afterthought.
Pebble thinking it was going to be a 10 and ended up being a 15. I went into Spyglass really not knowing. I didn't know if it was going to
Right.
be a 9, a 10. I walked off Spyglass with such an appreciation for the demand of their shots. Every par 4 was shapely, right to
Mm-hmm.
left to right, elevated, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Every approach to a green was demanding. Spyglass was just a beautiful test of golf with a contrast from water for your first hour and a half, 2 hours, to carved in woods and beautiful trees the last set. And it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. I was thoroughly blown away by Spyglass. Didn't know I was going to enjoy it that much.
Got a question for you about that. So
Fire away.
the caddy there, if you look the scorecard from the tips, it's only 69.60, so it's under 7,000 yards. But again, you're
Right.
at sea level, and Monterey is in a weather vortex, so it's normally foggy. The air is thick, so this course at Spyglass, it plays 7,200 yards,
Oh,
7,300 yards,
hands down.
easy from the
Hands
tip.
down. Oh, yeah.
The caddy said, I walked off that course and I said, that was the truest test of golf maybe I've ever played. And the caddy said, yeah, we would have hosted 5 or 6 majors already if our big brother didn't live down the road.
Initials PB.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I completely agree. I mean, like I think I said it earlier, as I was like, for me, it was more of a because I don't want to take anything away from Pebble. I really don't. I mean, once again, it's the holy grail. But the visuals of Pebble Beach probably set it apart, than anything else. But from a standpoint of just true test of golf, I mean, once again, for me, Pebble Beach's greens, the size of dinner plates. Spyglass's greens were some serious size greens. I say that because if you're on the wrong side of that green, you're praying for a 2-putt. It was just, so you really had to be more accurate, more demanding with your approach to the green, as to where maybe Pebble, you could get away with a miss to a green and still only have a 30-footer and, kind of maybe 2-putt and count your blessings and get off. That wasn't happening at Spyglass if you went front and that pin was in the black back. It just wasn't happening. Spyglass was more of a true test of golf to me than I ever anticipated getting out of that golf cart on hole 1. It was phenomenal.
Number 4.
Right from the gate. The whole one, just beautiful right to left downhill par 5. And it just gives you an idea of, yep, you're going to be in for every club in your bag for the next 5 hours.
Oh,
it was
for
great.
sure.
It was
And
great.
as you make that turn on 1 to go back down the hill, you see the ocean. You see,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, number 4, if you remember, that's the short par 4, but to me, that's one of the hardest holes on the whole property because the green is literally about 20 feet wide, and
Is
it's
that the
about
severely
60
uphill
yards long.
Is that one right
Yeah.
before the par 3? Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And
That
it's
one,
hard to explain, but I've had a chip where I was on the right side and the pin was in the middle, and I had to chip it way past the pin to the back of the green to hit a slope that would bring it back down.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
And that's what we're talking about, right? Where you see the yardages and you see the hole on the scorecard, but it doesn't do it justice. The shot that you're going to hit, me and Dad played with 2 very good golfers. I'd say they may have went high 70s, low 80s. They played from the tips. And they may have had 140 in, B-dot to 4.
Right.
And it wouldn't shock me if they took 6, 7 iron,
Right.
because of that uphill. And then when you get up there, Yeah, the amount of chips that the group behind us, we saw somebody hit a phenomenal chip. And same thing, like you mentioned, he had to put it way up left or something and let it slide on down. And Spyglass is just going to make you hit every club in your bag, and it's going to make you try almost everything with every club. It's just a true test of golf.
Every club in my
if
bag
I go back,
got clean.
Pebble and Spy have to be played. No questions asked.
Well, here I found, when I was putting together the slideshow, I found this one. Here is, I'm channeling the inner Ben Hogan with the hat.
I love it. I love it.
So
Now,
that was the tee shot on
bird at 7.
So and I was like, the caddy was giving me a read. He's like, it breaks 3 different times, but just roll it over this little. He was so good. He'd say, roll it over this little dot. So I roll it over the little dot, breaks that way, breaks this way, breaks that way.
Now B. Dot, I got to have some fun. I got to ask a question. So you mentioned the caddy in his reads, and I hope this gentleman watches as we get through with this. But was he giving you Danny Kim type reads, where our boy DK would be like, okay, do I need to hit it?
No.
What does DK say? What does caddy give you a read? And DK breaks it down like a thesis, man. We die laughing.
If he was giving me DK reads, we'd still be on the front 9. This one right here, this is hole 11. And this is when I started getting into the zone, because I birdied 7 and 9, and then we got to 11, and this green slopes so much right here. I can't even explain it. And
you can't see it. You can't see it on TV. It doesn't no justice.
But I'm telling you, if this ball doesn't go in, it is going to roll past where the caddy is standing and probably to the front of the green.
You have to get the sand wedge back out, start chipping.
And I got the little tiger fish.
Because you know how tough that was. You know how tough.
And then this hole, I don't know if you remember the par 5, they just modified the green. And, I played up
that house. Why? This is a 5 right here? Why am I struggling?
This is the par 5.
This isn't 2. What is this?
This is number 14.
Wow, why can't I remember? Oh, man.
It's a dogleg right.
It's not ringing too many bells right now, but
here's your favorite.
Remember that house. Now, there is, if memory serves correct, the most beautiful approach in golf to me. As much as I had my favorite tee shots and whatnot, and to me, if I could hit one approach on this planet, it would be that. That is the most beautiful approach in golf on the planet to me.
Well, and this literally, my caddy told me to hit one club, and I hit one more club. And the ball, I know you said you hit more club and your ball went in. Oh, yeah. This is where the ball stopped.
Wow, that's your tee shot. That is your tee shot.
When they say danger steep cliff, they're serious. You can't tell from this picture right here. But that drops off about 100 feet.
Was up against, I don't know what you want to call it, some growth and that's the only thing that stopped it from going over. And the only reason I bring that up is because Dad, we grabbed it and we placed it back right about where you are, a couple of yards back. But as we got to the hotel, my mind started to think, my God, we are lucky we've never lost anybody on 8 at Pebble Beach. Drinks, I'm being serious, drinks are flowing and people are feeling good. They get a little too, because that is a dangerous cliff, man, no doubt about it. And your ball was right there, so. But 8 is beautiful. 8 is absolutely beautiful.
Can you imagine hitting the skids on a golf cart and just spinning out right there?
Exactly. You're done. You might as well just text your loved ones. That's it. That's all she wrote. I mean, there's no net. There's nothing to grab. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Well, so Kirby Jackson.
What an absolute gem of a hole.
When I got to play in the tournament out at Pebble, which that could be a YouTube video of its own. Because,
I bet.
I bet. This was the first day at Pebble in that tournament, and I got stuck behind this tree. Luckily, the pin was in the back. But this may have been the highest that I have ever hit a golf shot in my life. And I'll let you listen. You can hear Kirby on here.
This is 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a shot. What a shot.
Uh-oh. Is that Kirby saying what a shot? Is that?
That is Kirby. All day long he keeps saying, I'll be your Huckleberry. I was like.
And Curb, I love to death, Kirby. If you're listening to this, baby, I love you. Kirby, if he says good shot, he means it. You know, Curb
Oh
ain't the
yeah,
type of cat, right? When Curb ain't just
yeah.
out there throwing away willy-nilly good shot. If you hit a good shot, Kirby said something, it's for real. There's no doubt about that.
Because he'll
It's
let you
for
know
real.
if he doesn't like it, and he'll let you know if he doesn't like his shot.
Oh, yeah. Now, me and Dad, I don't know if this was, I'm sure it was there, B, when you guys did it, but this was such a cool feature for my family and friends back home. The live view of 17 and 18 at Pebble. Did you see that link before did you see that at all on
No,
their website?
no, I did not.
So I'm in the hotel room, B, and I'm on the website. You know, I'm just looking at every hole, man, trying to think what I'm going to do. And there's this option for live view of 17 and 18. Anyway, we sent the link to people back home, and they could watch us. So as we got closer and closer to those holes, we started texting like, guys, we're 15 minutes away from the green on 17. And we text 5, 6, 7 people, what have you. And it was just great. It was just great to share that with them. They text us back, oh, we saw you. We saw you guys waving your hands. It was a really cool feature Pebble offered, I think. And it was great. It was
Well,
great.
I'm really glad I didn't know about that because I probably would have told someone. And if you remember the first time I played Pebble on 18, I come into 18, I'm under par for the round. I hit a ball in the fairway, but I hit like a 7-iron. I was trying to, be cautious and lay up.
Uh-huh.
I had like 100 yards left, and all these people are sitting around watching. I mean, that felt like there were 200 people,
Yes.
and
All
I'm
those
like,
tables and stuff set up. Yeah.
oh yeah, and they're watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
They're enjoying
man,
themselves.
I
Yeah.
just got quick and pulled out of this sand wedge, and I skanked it, and it went firing across the green, and then I chipped back out of the thick rough. I think it went in a bunker, and I had to make like a 10-footer for bogey. And I'm so glad I made that because it's like that would have just been the worst way to end a wonderful day. I probably
Yes.
still wouldn't have got over it.
Yeah, because right, you've held it together for so long. You've done
Yeah.
17, which is one of the toughest par threes in the world to me.
Yeah.
And then to close your last hole with a dub or something like that, you
Yes.
wouldn't want to go out. Yeah, no one would want to go out that way. Yeah.
So then
And
after you
18 is so
finish your
beautiful. You're
round,
like, please let me walk off with at least a 5, please. And it's great. It's absolutely great.
after you finish your round, do you go in and get a $22 hamburger and a $14 Jack and Coke, or what do you do after you play?
Well, being a Pebble rookie, we learned that lesson B dot before our round. So we more or less decided to grab a bite to eat afterwards. So the lesson that we learned was as we're 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes from our tea time, we're still taking it all in. We're like, okay, then maybe we should just have one drink, one adult beverage drink, to take the edge off. So we roll in there, and the guy couldn't have been a nicer bartender, and he said 42.50 for 2 drinks. And he said it with a smile on his face. It's like, dude, and these were his words. He was like, brother, you know where you at. And me and him laughed, Dad laughed. That's all you could do. There was no point in just, and that was it. And then so after the round, me and Dad were like, yeah, we'll probably go find a bite in Carmel. Maybe
Which
we'll
is
eat at
not a bad
Spyglass.
thing
So
to
that's
do.
42.50 for 2 drinks. That's still a record for me. So Pebble, they get you. They
They
get you.
do get you for sure.
But it's worth every drop. It's worth every drop.
My first, when I was at Spyglass after the round, I maybe during the round, I bought a Gatorade, and she said, that'll be $6. I was like, are you
Yes.
kidding me?
Yes.
I didn't order 6 of them.
Right. And they say it's so smooth. It's $6, $40.
Like,
They say it like it's just the norm.
Yeah.
That is, but the staff couldn't have been better. The staff was great. The staff
So
was
accommodating, so nice.
so they know why you're there. They know what it's about for you. And the closest thing I compare it to is what the Disneyland people say, right? The can we make your day stay any better, what have you. That's the Pebble staff. Pebble staff reminded me of them. Can we do anything to make your play here better? They were great.
Good point. It's not like that stuffy resort where they're like being nice, but they don't want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're playing a part. Right. Exactly. That's none of that there. None of that.
If you're doing something, they'll be like, no, I'm sorry, we can't get you on the course today. It's booked, so we don't take any walk-ins. But you're welcome to putt or go shop.
Right.
I mean, they're like, they're not gonna like kiss your rear end, but they're gonna
No,
they're
but
gonna
they're
be
gonna let you
authentic.
do what you
Yeah.
exactly. That was the feel that I got right from the start. The first guy, he said, "Sir, we want you to take as many pictures as you can. We want you to walk to certain spots on the golf course and hit, and it was just so inviting." And I just remember saying, I got to tell the cats back home, if they're thinking that this is going to be any type of just rush you along and get you out of here in 4 hours, it was
Yeah.
none of that. The staff knew why you were there, and they played the part. They love it too. They loved it too.
Well, it's a great experience, and
It is.
you got to experience with your dad. I got to experience with some of my best friends, and they say you don't go to Pebble Beach once. You always go back.
B dot, I couldn't agree more. Me and Dad, I don't even know where it was, either still on Pebble or maybe we were just saying, well, now we're kind of spoiled. Now I don't know if this can't be it. You can't just do this once. It
Right.
was that enjoyable. So yeah, you can't just play Pebble once. You really can't.
Well, my granddad went there with my grandmother in the 1950s,
Wow.
and
Wow.
he always told me that I had to go because he went. And I thought about this when I was there. They snuck out one night and they put a blanket on the 18th green at Pebble, and they had a bottle of champagne and some cheese and crackers, and they said they just sat there, nobody bothered them, and it was
You're kidding me.
no, he's like, we're on the 18th green at Pebble Beach, and
Could you
yeah,
ask for a better evening as the sun
no,
goes down? You can't. That view, you can't ask for a better. Now wait, that was back then. B, so no security, no, nobody. No, that's kind of cool. I don't know if you could do that today. I don't
they
know.
as
I don't
soon
know
as
if you
you
could do
stepped
that
on that
today.
course, whoop whoop.
No matter how innocent, you could have a couple of 5-year-olds with you. Hey man, we're not going to cause any trouble. We just not happening, brother. Not
That
happening. Not
accommodating
happening.
spirit might go right out the window.
But
Well,
that's
man,
cool. I mean,
I
that's
just
kind of cool.
realized we had a little late start on this because of my inability to work Zoom, but
Mm,
I got to go drop off a daughter at theater. So
no problemo.
this has been so much fun. I
I've loved it.
appreciate you.
I really
And
have.
I
I hope the
miss you.
gang loves it. I hope Chris, Kirby, anybody I'm missing, Scotty. Hope we all watch it. G Money, all y'all. Hope I get to see you on the next trip, or if anybody's coming Michigan's way. But I loved it, guys. Be good, be safe, be healthy out there, and yeah, hope all is well.
All right, T. Frank. I miss you, man. We got to play golf soon.
We do. Just keep me in the loop, B. Dot. Just let me know, baby.
All right, brother. Thanks, man.
Be good, fam.
Peace.
Yep.